What's happening, y'all? So I'm on my morning walk, and I was thinking about something today, and I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to articulate it because I was thinking about it as I was walking, and just a little advice. I mean, something that helps me when you walking or running. Try not to use music. Listen to God's voice. Listen to your inner voice. You know, how can you come up with something original if you're always listening to what somebody else is doing, or you're listening to somebody else's thoughts? You know, in my study of very, very successful people, you would be surprised the amount of people who don't have cell phones, who are great thinkers, because they don't want people to break into, you know, that silence that they have. Anyway, so I was thinking about rap music, right? And one reason why I don't criticize rap music a lot is because I remember when I was young and I was coming up being from the South, you know, most of the things that they say about these young rappers now is what they used to say about me. You know, what they said about Like a Pimp and what they said about lyricists from the South. You know, so who am I to turn around and criticize the same way that people did me? But one thing that I do want to say about where rap is going culturally, from a cultural perspective, in order for us to move this conversation further, we have to agree on some norms. And what the norm is, or the thing that I hope that we can agree on, the thing that attract black people to rap now is drama, drugs, money, sex, right? And so many other things that have in a lot of cases, help perpetuate that we're some sort of bastard race. If we can agree on that, we can move forward. What I'm saying is, when young rappers look at the rap game, I hear so many saying to me, Banner, I don't feel like I can be successful in the arts unless I degrade black people. So whether that's calling women bitches, whether that's selling drugs, because you know, if it does exist, I don't see many. You know, when we say bitch, we talking about black women. When we say nigga, we talking about black men. And usually when we talk about killing something, we only talking about killing our own. You know, most entertainers that I see are scared to even question their oppressor. So that means that if you look at it from a holistic standpoint, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy of death that to a certain degree hip-hop has turned into a wing of white supremacy. Because no other, if you look at any other types of music or any other people's music, they did a study that, you know, most of the songs that come on black radio dealing something negative towards black people, whether it's hurting self, murdering self, pimping self, drugging self. So I started thinking like, damn, we've been tricked into turning one of the few things that we can use with a sense of freedom to educate, inform, or entertain our people into a self-fulfilling prophecy of white supremacy. And I was like, damn, that's some cold shit, because most kids don't feel like they can make, you know, a song without saying something negative about themselves or black people. So I just wanted people to think about that. Like, the arts define the culture defines the people. And in no way am I saying that music is supposed to be all positive. I don't think it's supposed to be all positive or all negative. I think the music I say this all the time. I think music needed NWA. It needed some balance, during that time. So what are we saying about ourselves? I don't even think we really take a step back and listen to what we do, to the type of movies that we put out, to the type of music we put out. I did it, I analyzed myself when I had the number one single in the nation, and I didn't like what I saw. Even though I tend to feel that a lot of my music had some balance to it, it was definitely leaning towards that same self-fulfilling prophecy of death towards melanated people or black people. So just if you get an opportunity to think about this also, when you make certain types of music, or when you act like a nigga, like I mean a real nigga, America rewards you. When you either act like a total sellout, have no culture, have no sense of pride of self, cut off all your hair, get a perfect army type white boy bald fade like you in the army. You walk right and talk right, you are applauded. If you're a stark raving nigga, you are applauded. So for the most part, if you stay in line of the image that America has for black people, you are awarded or rewarded, excuse me. I don't know, just rambling. Some thoughts that I had today while I was walking. But it's crazy they've taken our music. Like, if we not beefing towards each other, if we not killing each other, like I said something about 2 years ago. I said, what if we could have a year rap where you could not talk about no drugs, no bitches, and no killing? What would black music turn into? Like, no bitches, no niggas, no killing, no drugs for 1 year. Like, what would our music be about? How much would our music grow? How much would our music die? And in no way am I judging anybody's music. Because I'm going to be real with you, for the last 2 days, all I've been bumping is Migos and 21 Savage. That's all I've been bumping for the last 2 days. I ain't going to lie. I love my Migos. I ain't going to lie to you, I love them boys. But what I'm saying is overall, we have taught these children that money means more than culture, and it's not their fault. We were the ones that taught them money over bitches. We were the ones that told them money over everything. Pac is one of my favorite rappers. He perpetuated that shit more than anybody else in the world did. He did. M.O.B. So it's not these children's fault. We always want to blame these kids. It's us. We need to get our shit together. And those of us who say that we're conscious, we talk down on these kids like you better than them. You ain't better than them. You just got knowledge of self yesterday. Get the fuck out of here. You're supposed to come to these children with compassion, or you're supposed to come to your peers with compassion. If you haven't taught them and know that they understand, how dare you crucify them? You ain't no different than a slave driver, or what we would call a cracker. You slave driving them. Don't nobody want to hear that shit when you not coming with love and compassion. So those of you all who say you conscious, you looking at people from your understanding and the knowledge that you have acquired. They don't know what you know. They haven't experienced what you have experienced. So if you're not coming with love and compassion and trying to teach the people, get the fuck out of here. I don't like battle rapping no more. I came from the background of a battle rapper. But all you doing is doing the same thing that the slave drivers do. Get the 2 bucket males and break them in front of the public, castrate them, emasculate them. So let's just look at ourselves. And we can't expect a record label to do it. We can't expect people who benefit off of us acting the way that we act, to change. This shit ain't gonna change. John Henry Clark said something yesterday that was really, really touching to me. He said, Europeans come from a cold place where they have to import 70% of everything that they get. So their plan has always been world domination. We are spoiled people. We're people who come from the sun and food being on the ground, and love and compassion and information and thought, poetry, mathematics. These people are trying to survive. So as much as they make you feel like you're the aggressive one, everywhere these people have gone on this earth, they've spreaded diseases, deceit, hate, just all of these things. And it's funny, man. I was telling my friend this a couple days ago. I said, where did these people originate? He was like, cold mountains. And I was like, okay. I said, where did we come from? The sun. He was like, yeah. I said, now, if you look at black people in America, what are most of them trying to do right now? You say, get up under some air conditioning in a dark room. And I say, what are they trying to do? He said they trying to be outside, get a tan. It's like we've almost switched places, and we have been tricked into wanting to do it. If you get an opportunity, go to my previous post before this and research that John Henry Clark video. I mean, don't just watch it. Don't just listen to it. Find the books that he's talking about. Study it. Argue with it. Don't get mad. There's something that I want to talk about tomorrow. But tomorrow I want to talk about stories. Like really grown up black folks believe in fairy tales the same way children believe in fairy tales. And I want to say something to people of all religions. All religions. Don't argue with me with your book. Argue with me with facts. If your religion is right and exact, historical data and historical references will back up anything you have to say. Don't quote a book that I believe that are stories anyway. It don't make any sense. Like, we believe in these stories. I'm talking about just like Santa Claus. And I know that it's hard for our people to rationalize how bad we've been tricked. But like, we really believe in fucking stories. Like, that's just in some cases made up. So I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow if I can remember it. But turn your radio off today. Listen to your inner self. Listen to your inner voice. I have a verse. I don't know if it's gonna make it on the God box, but I talk about how we always pray, but we never sit back and hear what God have to say. We spit a whole bunch of demands, then stand up in disarray. And maybe he was about to give you the answer, or she was about to give you the answer. It was about to give you the answer. Love you. With all my heart. The God box. Go pre-order. Do something.